Okay. Gotcha. Alright, hello everyone and welcome to our ProjectTerra game dev stream. I'm Felix aka Laxen. I will do the game development today, and with me in the voice chat are Henne aka Geflügel and Stefan aka Ratcheten. Yo. And we have our music and soundboard. Hi soundboard. That's the wrong sound. Yeah, here we go.
You will work on cliffs today, right?
Yes, I wanted to work on an idea to use props to decorate cliffs, because I feel that's still something we didn't try that much yet, and I want to see.
It's in the caves, I guess. You have a bit of it in the caves.
Yeah, a little bit. I tried a little bit, and they added some props, but for me, like, it was enough. I want to have more of these props and want them larger. So actually, there should be like the size of 1 or 2 tiles, and there should essentially be used like additional tiles to make cliffs more roundish. That was kind of the idea, and I just want to experiment with that today. And yeah, so I guess it will be a pretty visual stream today, because I will also do some pixel art for that.
Did you already get a sprite?
Nah, I'm still gonna use Photoshop for now. I don't wanna.
Felix,
I can't change. I'm sorry.
You also. I'm pretty sure you wanna continue using Photoshop, because Photoshop is soon implementing NFT functions.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I've heard about that somewhere.
Oh no, please don't.
Implementing AFT saving stuff.
That might be like the final reason for me to stop using it. Like, I mean, I just like the creative map too much, though. It's one of those really important features.
I guess maybe I haven't tested yet, but I think A-Sprite has such a.
Yeah, I think
it doesn't. At least our intern actually, Zamira, our intern, she used A-Sprite, and at some point I asked her if she could figure out if A-Sprite has this, and apparently it doesn't.
Maybe by now it has.
That was like a few weeks ago, but yeah, maybe.
Maybe by now it has.
Maybe, yeah, I know.
I mean, it's still fast development, right? Because it's relatively young software.
That's true, it's still being worked on. I mean, that would be one of those big features that would... Like, if they add this, then I think there's not much of a reason to stay with Photoshop, except for it's a thing I'm used to, which is like really the biggest factor, unfortunately. Okay, so I think before I start, I can maybe show some new stuff. I think we did some stuff happened, right? Where were we last time? Last stream. Damage numbers, yeah. Alright. Okay, what do we have now? We have more damage numbers, they don't overlap anymore. We have damage sums, we have HP bars. We have HP bars moving over the head of the enemies, as you can see here. That's a new feature. We have a breaking system. Oh man, those enemies are actually now really difficult. But you can break enemies. It doesn't look that great yet, but in theory it works. And the colors of the damage numbers change. And those stepping sounds are really loud. Still. Was there anything else, actually? I don't know. A lot of internal stuff. Essentially, enemies are like close to feature complete. Not entirely. I mean, I added reactions. Reactions are now working in principle. Everything is much better structured than it used to be in CrossCode, I think. Some things change, like you have to actually now assign a tracker to a state. It's not implicit through reaction, but you assign a tracker to a state. And that's because trackers are ideas that they might be used for other things than just breaking. That was at least an idea I had, and that should be more consistent. So that you always know when you are in a certain state, a certain tracker is currently relevant. And then reactions kind of react to the breaking, but you have breaking even without reactions. That's kind of like the idea. So that's something I worked on recently. Okay. Jacros code Morant gonna love this. Yeah, this is this one crosscode user. Okay. Let me see if there's anything in the chat. But yeah, so yeah, I should probably cover some stream basics. So if you have any questions, just feel free to ask that in the chat. Make sure to write at Ready Fish Games or at Geflügel or at Regiden, and then we will hopefully spot the question.
Maybe.
You can show the new title.
Right, we have a title screen. Let me
I
see.
worked on title screen stuff. The art is not by me though.
Yeah,
What? Really?
this is the title screen.
It's stolen from our concept artist.
Yeah. She just drew it and we just took it and put it in our
Just
game.
took it and then he ran away.
Okay, yeah, but that's roughly, I don't know, it feels like not too much happened, but
There's a lot like the sound playback stuff. You can actually show some stuff for that, Felix. You can play sounds now. If you go into Juno's dash.
Juno stage, yeah.
Or in her sweep attack. And go into the play random sound and then go to the preview button and press that button. Then you can directly test all the sounds and randomness and all
that's in the sweep, was it, right? Okay, let me check. So you have here play random sound.
Wherever there's a play sound
yeah.
random. Then you can like adjust, for instance, the variance on the speed. And then press the preview button a couple of times.
Oh yeah, that works. Nice. This is very useful. Yeah, a lot of stuff happened with sound playback. That looks really nice. Okay, yeah, I kind of wonder what I worked on. It has been 2 weeks since the last stream. But I think it was a lot of... oh yes, right, enemies can actually hit you now. That's new, because it didn't work last time.
Oh, no.
Okay, so something I want to work on today is those cliffs here. I just want to try some things, create props to make the cliffs look more roundish by essentially adding stuff, kind of like to make this, to add new kind of slopes that are not just 45-degree, but maybe less than that. So that's something I want to try and see how that works, essentially. And I think I will just create a test map, probably in test folder or something.
Please do.
Proto outside, I will not modify those maps. Okay.
I mean, you can modify, but I mean, just if you.
Okay, I just call this cliff test.
Or did we show off the scalables? I don't know.
Did we not show those yet? But yeah, we have.
I was not there last time.
That's true. I think I may have not shown it. Yeah, we have scalable props. We have those in Crosscode too. It's just that they are built in a much easier way this time. You actually now have a dedicated editor to create those. And you can essentially configure the individual parts, move them around, and all that.
The scalable props are just built differently.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I've used those for fences too, that's true. For stairs, I mean.
Oh yeah. Currently it's in the test folder, those stairs.
Yeah.
Prototype. But I'm sorry, like the play sound stuff like took a while. To be honest. There was a lot of editor stuff that honestly there was it would have never been noticed by anyone, but there was a major memory leak in there.
Oof, okay.
Some cross-referencing, strong cross-referencing led to some pretty nasty memory leaks. If you could, basically, if you would have done a long event, right, and you would have kept creating new play sound event steps, these event steps would have been not deleted.
Oh, so like the sound was never deleted in the event step.
Yeah, like the reference count would have never gone down.
Yeah, that happens all the time. In fact, like that's why I implemented this ask you to do this one cache map thing, so you can actually have a look at the counters, and then that sometimes help to spot things. Yeah. Because I had the same thing with figures and was really dumb, because it's simply that the figure entity just doesn't clean up. Like when it's deleted, it just keeps the figure reference, and of course nothing gets deleted then. And these things just happen all the time, so we just have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
I mean, the good thing is it doesn't get reloaded. What happens is that the resource is loaded once, and it's just never freed. But if it's reloaded again, it will not be loaded twice. So it's not that bad. But if you play for a long time, this might mean a lot of resources are loaded at the same time, and then you might get into trouble. Okay, now let me create this map. This is cliff test. So you can actually now see how I create a map from scratch. Okay, let me change the size a little bit. Okay. So that was proto outside, right?
Huh?
So okay, here we go. Loop. Okay, so here's how we do cliffs right now. They look a lot like how we used to do it in Crosscode, and like something I want to focus on in particular are these things where you kind of like have those stairways. Essentially, you have some diagonals, and then if you want to make diagonal cliffs that are not 45 degree, you already have to alternate between horizontal and diagonal tiles. And I wanted to see if there's a way to smoothen this out that looks good. And yeah.
Felix. By the way, I recently found a cool way to like make a cross. Like use the terrain editor and make like one tile height a cross. Like 3 tiles wide, 3 tiles height, right?
To make what?
And then make like a cross section with the terrain editor.
And
then or like make it look like a small circle. Then you can use that as a bigger brush size.
Oh, okay.
I started using that, just copying my kind of my cross, and then using that to paint.
And then you get nice cliff structures by default.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
okay.
have a little bit more of a roundish brush, basically.
That's cool. Yeah, all those hacks that you find in practice with time. Maybe we can add some features to kind of like get brush structures like this quickly. Okay, so right. So for this to work, I actually need to add some graphics. Let me just check what graphics those tiles are using. Proto outside is, yeah, okay. So I will just increase the size of those here.
Man, this gives me the old Age of Empires map making vibes.
Yeah. That's one of those things I actually also did in the past.
Yeah, I mean, I also did like, not so much Age of Empires, but way back in the past I did like a lot of StarCraft map creation and also some scripting things, which was basically my very, very first game dev experience, quote unquote. Doing StarCraft campaign maps.
Okay, so for now I just need to do some pixel art just to create those graphics for the props, and then I'm actually gonna create the props. Show the rulers, please. I want to change my crit size.
Do we have some...
Actually, no, the crit size is correct.
Did we say what the red lines are?
What red lines? Oh yeah, those are just some very badly hacked reference borders.
Yeah.
So when you actually play on a map like this, you should not have anything relevant beyond this red line, because this is essentially cut off by the camera, just because of the perspective. So when you actually cannot see this part of the map ever, because because the camera is zoomed in, so you only see like this lower part, and you will only see the things on the side far in the back, like sometimes. So that's just so you keep that in mind. I added those lines. That's just one of the consequences of having this 3D perspective. You cannot see the whole map.
But I spent so much time in RPG Maker XP. Feel like RPG Maker VX and Onward lost some of the soul of that RPG XP had. I mean, hard to say for me, because I mean we were like old school 2K, 2K3 boys. So
yeah.
I mean, I did work a bit, like, for fun on VXAs. That's like some years ago, many years ago. But I mean, VXAs, I think, did have good things to it from what I saw. But I mean, I often hear that a lot of RPG makers of the newer generations just aren't able to get the mapping editor right.
All right.
It's a tough thing.
Okay, so here's actually something. I'm just noticing that, you know, just the way the graphics are done, it already looks blocky. Maybe I should fix that first. In fact, I will just do that. Yeah.
Felix, I also have a question.
Yes.
Regarding crosscode.
There will be no more updates, yes?
Fuck, damn it. I wanted to ask you if I could make another update. No, it's just kidding. We recently had like some talks. It's not really a secret that about that the last console update will come out soon, but hasn't yet because of submission times and stuff like that. Is the console currently on 1.4.1 or on 1.4.2 and just waiting for the hotfix?
I think all versions are in submission, but like they take time.
Yeah,
I actually don't know right now. It's like
but the question was if it was still, if they were only waiting for the hotfix, or if it's still waiting for the console quest, for the complete update. That's what I mean.
I actually don't know.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't. It won't really matter in a few days. I don't know, a few days, whenever the
here's a variant.
is through. But I was just wondering because I was like, has the console quest update actually come out from consoles yet? What a question mark. But yeah, we will definitely make a small announcement on Discord and stuff whenever it comes out.
I think that, like, one thing that's kind of annoying is that the DSC is just still not released on PS5.
Really?
The game is, but the DSC just isn't, and as far as I understood, it's mostly because the process for creating DSCs has changed, and our publisher tries to figure out how to do that things, and Sony just isn't answering whatsoever.
Oh wow.
It's just that's kind of like the issue right now. So it's not
only really like in that we only are caring for the big titles nowadays.
I just want to say, Felix, I mean, we have been in EA for a long time, but we still aren't EA. That's the problem. That's why we are not the top priority.
That's true. Yes.
Yeah, like if that would be, I don't know, like some bigger title, probably they have resources for that, but not for indie games.
No.
Yeah.
I just want to mention again, like, one of the amazing features of our new game in general is that I can just edit the files here and just Alt-Tab and it's already in there. Like, I don't need to restart anything, I don't need to click anything, it just automatically updates. That's
I mean, Sony, more like sorry, not sorry.
More like phony.
Phony.
By the way, I recently watched a video. Like, I'm currently watching a lot of videos and like essays, and I'm not good at reading, right? So I'm more like, I need to have a audiobook or like videos. And I watched something about like creating lore and
bei Stefan.
Yeah.
Schreib dich nicht ab, lern lesen und schreiben. Okay. Go on.
I mean, I was dyslexic, so.
Oh, really?
I mean, I still kind of am. I still need to apply my mental rules.
Ah, yeah, okay. I see.
And I write, and sometimes also. But reading is easier. I can sometimes just ignore stuff. But
I see.
you know, like when someone writes down a long text in WhatsApp or something like that, I usually don't read all of it.
And the fun thing is, the thing is, especially back when I was a child, I also used to be very bad at reading. I was always like one of the last people who was finished reading a text in class and stuff like that.
I mean, but that's very slow, or did you have trouble like?
I had trouble focusing.
The order of words and letters, I guess.
And I think maybe it was something different for me. It's just that I very easily got distracted. Like whenever I was reading, my thoughts went to places and then I stopped reading. That was really what happened. I just noticed that recently it actually got better. Like it seems that I actually am better now at reading than I used to be. Like I actually managed to read books in a reasonably fast time now and stuff like that. It's interesting.
That's very good. Anyway, Stefan wanted to talk about.
Sorry.
Yeah, so I came across a video that was about puns, right?
Oh, nice.
And how puns are, how they became this kind of meme about the lowest form of comedy, right?
What?
Even though Shakespeare was the master of puns, right? Version. And apparently it came in the Age of Enlightenment, right? Where like many people were like, science is the best thing, and like puns are kind of the lowest form of jokes that everyone can understand, even the common folk. And joke cannot be good if even simple people can make one.
Okay, that's kind of stupid.
You gotta have a high IQ for the.
Yeah, it was literally white men saying you gotta have a high IQ.
Oh god.
Oh my god, and yeah, like but interestingly enough, the person was also arguing that puns actually challenge your mind to some extent, right? And they ask your mind to like understand and think about what you just heard.
Understand. Yes.
And that in turn makes you smarter.
That is
Keeps
nice.
you on your toes. So there you go, chat. Puns are actually awesome. And that's why crosscut is awesome.
Yes.
Literally all the puns.
All the puns in crosscut are the best. Oh, bad anime taste, man.
We got a subscription. Subscription by Bad Anime Taste, man. For this 24th month. Thank you very much. Saying, Abend, die Herren, einen edlen 24. wünsche ich euch. It's not that. Oh wait, 24 months, I get it.
24 months, right.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the thing with crosscode. By the way, crosscode is still on sale, right?
Yeah, actually we got into a neat sale together with Freebird Games, the creator of To the Moon and other well-known games. So, yeah. So yeah, you can get crosscode for cheap. Again.
But Felix,
yes,
if it's Freebird Games, shouldn't it be for free then? Otherwise, it's just cheap bird games.
There you go, right? Like, it makes you every time you groan, it makes you a little bit smarter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm just going through the. Oh, that's so cool. We are now listed as friends of Freebird Games.
Yeah.
Along with Rakuen, Placebo Love, One Shot, and Inmost.
Yay. Okay.
Inmost was this. Right. Inmost was this jump run. Is this really a platformer? It's more like one of those platforming puzzle games, I think, that has like a Game Boy style graphic in some way. It's really nice. What was? Oh yeah. Nice. Interesting.
Okay, so let's see if I can actually get like a diagonal edit here.
I gotta get an isometric grid script figured out for the RPG MV. Then work on tile assets to give something of Persona 2 vibe, but without the camera rotation. Well, yeah, but I mean, the good thing with the newer RPG makers is at least you usually can script a lot, and also often can find a lot of scripts that were already pre-made that you can like base your stuff on.
Yeah, but never just copy them and expect
No,
them to
definitely not. I mean, you always need to understand what's happening.
I remember there was a time, I think, when the RPG Maker community, it was the one that came after 2003, I think?
Yeah, XP.
XP,
RPG
yeah, right.
Maker, XP. Do we still have that advertisement online? I'm gonna.
Oh boy. Oh, no.
Yeah, I mean, but there was a time where people were just copying scripts, yes, but the same already happened with scripts you could download for the RPG Maker 2K. There you also often had like people that just basically downloaded scripts, like literally like script projects where they copy paste the common events and stuff, and then just copy pasted them without actually understanding how they work. That also happened a lot in RPG Maker 2K and 2K 3 times.
Oh, yeah, right. Of course, yeah, you could just download that stuff. Usually what I did, I was just like, I was buying the screen fund, right? And then I just loaded up the project. I never played an RPG Maker game through the executable. I always opened it in the RPG Maker.
Okay.
And then played from there. Because usually I was like, oh, okay,
just looking how they actually did things. And then you can also like very easily change things, like improve your stats and all that, right?
Yeah.
So.
Guys, turn up your volume.
Do I have to?
You will see why.
Oh no.
Hi, Flora.
Hi there.
Hi, Flora.
I will not do that. Hello.
Hi.
You got a professional JavaScript programmer. Did your friend set that to himself? Professional JavaScript programmer.
As you envision it.
It doesn't load for me.
Auto asset update, like you make a red line and we will see that map editor. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. I mean, I can show you quickly. Let me just here. Save. Here it is. Backwards, and it's gone. RPG Maker XP. Nice. Oh, hi. By the way, hi Flora.
Yeah, hi Flora.
Hi.
Sorry, I'm already in this. I know.
Oh man, I still remember how much of a joke that advertisement was back then.
Yeah, that was that was funny.
It's so funny how this guy basically says those long explanations, almost trips over his voice, and
he just gets more and more excited about it.
Yes. It's such an early 2000s advertisement. It's so funny. Especially because it also has like this early 2000s guitar riff. Like that you always had in those early 2000s garage bands.
The best band. Oh, I just watched today a like 20-minute anime that was literally about Star Wars and how a Jedi became a vocalist for a band.
You mean from Vision? From Vision?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
second episode of that. I mean, I will be very honest. In my opinion, that was by far the worst of the bunch. But
best one is definitely Twins, because like.
Yeah, Twins was great. I mean, I
it's just the best animated one.
Well, yeah, but I personally think that the Ninth Jedi was the best one because, but
I haven't seen it.
mainly because it's also it's a very good short, but also it fit very well into Star Wars, but without actually just being, oh yeah, we just put Star Wars things in there. And now it's Star Wars, but it feels very Star Wars in a good way, and that's why the Ninth Jedi really worked for me. And also, it could have been like I could totally see that being like a proper Star Wars anime, like 12 episodes or something. But
All
yeah,
of
Twins
these
was great.
had like great.
Hmm?
I think like all of these had like great potential
Still
for
gotta
their
watch
own
that.
stories.
So what?
Not necessarily Star Wars, but
Yeah, a few of them definitely. It's just that a few of them were maybe a bit too much. Yeah, it's basically just samurai or Ghibli stuff. Of Star Wars things, which of course fits very well because Star Wars is also very, very inspired by samurai stuff in Japanese media. But I mean, still, it's like for some it really felt a bit too low in Star Wars almost for a few of those shorts. But I mean, I still enjoyed almost all of them. And generally it's a very good watch because it's not too long. Like each of them is maybe like 10 to 20 minutes. I mean, it depends on the episode, but they are really a lot of fun and also a lot of great animation. They really put a lot of effort into that.
when Disney pays the bill,
Yeah,
you can do it.
I know, right?
Thank you for the bits.
Thank you for the bits.
Oh yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
Also, Stefan, did you know that there's actually 2 Trigger shorts in there?
No, I haven't watched all of them.
Yeah, it's a later one is also by Trigger, but it's very, 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 very different. You wouldn't even know it's by Trigger if you just think of Trigger like the typical Kill la Kill or Gurren Lagann style, because as far as I understood it from the short making-ofs, Trigger has like 2 big people in there who have like very different styles, and the one that you saw was like the typical Kill la Kill Gurren Lagann style, and the other was like way more grounded style of animation. And if you see it, you will not even think that it's by Trigger, unless you see the.
I'm
the
adding
studio
dithering.
name.
Meaning,
Yes.
so you say they have like a part of their team who makes like standard stuff, and then one who does the cool stuff. The cool
I mean,
animation
going by those 2 shorts, I would kind of agree with you. I mean, the other short was also cool, but it was also really, really talky in like an annoying way. But I mean, it also had really cool action scenes. It's just that one, if you saw that, it was way more like those, yeah, as I said, more grounded and also, in big quotations, more mature looking, in that the characters are look more realistic, more on model and stuff like that. Unlike the other Trigger styles that often gets like distorted off model and such. I mean, both worked in my opinion. It's just that very different, and the other one was a bit too talky in my opinion. But yeah, I mean, if you continue watching, you will definitely see it because it says Studio Trigger in the beginning. But otherwise, you would be like, this is Studio Trigger? I didn't know. Oh, by the way, someone Kovac posted a picture of those growing materials from Arknights.
Oh, what now?
Those hexagon rocks. There's like a material in Arknights that you need for basically promoting your units.
I mean, honestly, that really was an inspiration for this kind of terrain.
Yeah, like the
So no, not
basalt,
joking, yeah.
Basalt stones.
Yeah.
Usually, I mean, hexagon or bestagons, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Right. I'm just gonna post what I mean. Yes,
Okay.
it's how's it called? Ori rock concentration, which is really hard to. Just
Boys
posted
and
it.
boys.
So I
posted it
added the
in
graphics
Voice and
now.
girls.
Let's add the prop. Let's see. Figure. We don't have any proper odd folder. We have nothing. It's just test. Okay,
Make one.
make one.
Make a proto folder, and then.
Okay. So we had. I think we had one. I think it was map or something like this. Let me see. We actually had like a document for our folder structures. Let me look that up again. So. Folder, I found it. Not gonna show this, there might be spoilers, not sure. Yes, there's a props folder, that's one we should add first. Right.
Yes.
So figure,
Be nice.
yeah, let's start now. Because otherwise it's never gonna happen. Okay,
I'm sorry.
Props.
I had no time.
that's fine. So, and I call this one proto, right? Okay.
Yes.
There's also a quote-unquote newer RPG Maker XP trailer, but that has no voiceover. I'm very, very disappointed.
Okay, I just called in Cliffso now, so the name is not too long.
Same.
Would you make a game with RPG Maker? Question mark.
Oh no,
No.
please don't.
No, I'm just going through the other search results I got for.
Okay, so here's actually a way
trailer.
on how I envisioned we would use our system. So like we say, oh, the upper part is for tiles, oh, the lower part is for props. So you kind of like have them separate and you can extend this part and just move this one lower and you just need to redefine this area. So that was kind of like the idea. But we can of course have separate graphics too, but you know.
By the way, I recently had an idea. We can extend the auto tile system to also include plans and stuff, right? And then make them only usable in paint layers.
Again, I didn't listen. What was it?
Matt, you know how we use auto tiles and crosscode to like paint random assortments of like grass and like leaves and stuff on the ground. We could do the same in Terra for paint layers and use the same auto tile system we already have.
Yeah.
Only thing we have to do is you create a new auto tile, and then you toggle something that says it's only for paint layer, and then it works basically like crosscode. It takes just a number or an array of tiles, and then selects a random one when you place it.
I see.
And I think in crosscode we use the auto tile system for that. Right, where you could select like 3 tiles and then it would make this simple auto tiling possible. But I don't think we need that, because usually what I did was I custom set corners to something I wanted. I much rather have it if it's like randomly picking the tiles I want. It's something I can do. Actually, that's a good task because we need it for mapping. I put it on my task list.
Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of thinking about stuff now. Since I know
you do
kind
game
of talked to
development.
myself there for a minute.
yeah, I'm sorry. It's like I did some stuff and now I'm thinking, how does this work? I'm actually thinking, I think I probably should create more of those props myself, because then I start creating a lot of those tiles that are actually missing. Like now I realize, there's actually a new shape we need here.
Now you can show off how these shapes are created.
It's not so fancy. It's because I actually have to get out some paper and draw like the shape, and so I can probably remember the numbers and then input them into arrays. Like this is not a beautiful process, but
maybe you can do it in Photoshop, in Paint.
Yeah, I could do that.
Like kind of showcase a little bit how technology, like.
That's true.
I fell.
What?
Oh no, by Genshin.
Yeah.
Whoops.
Oh my god, it's a long way down. God damn it.
First of all, we got a question. While having props and tiles in one file can be cheap to like render. On the other hand, if you make an error, that can affect cliffs, right?
We have, I mean, yeah, we can separate that into different files if we want. But you then create a tile set where you can simply like move the origin point, right? And if you change the height of the tile set part, all you have to do is when you change the sprite sheets in the figure editor, you just have to move that down too, and it all originates from the same offset. And also it's all loaded in one big mega texture, so that is also something. Like all graphics for maps are loaded in one, like the effects are loaded in one mega texture.
That's true. Okay, so but I created my first thing. Let's see if that works. I was actually, I have to say this was fast. Damn. Like if I remember how much of a deal that was to create some even basic props in crosscode. Okay, here we go. I just made this cliff more diagonal, I think.
Don't worry, Kovac. Like, we understand you.
That's okay. By the way,
but doesn't mesh in that well yet. But I think here, this is a good example of what I mean. Look at this. Actually, now this is how it looked before. You can clearly see like the dent. But if I add this here, it's like magically there's like a very smooth curve now.
That one looks very good, yeah.
So we can actually like we just need to figure out these things.
Damn.
Like here, I can add one here. The thing is, I intentionally made the position. Like you see this yellow point, it's actually not in the center. I made it in the north of the tile, so you can actually very easily go along the edge, and you kind of see like this point. Here's the point where it's where it should be.
There's some important news from Germany, by the way. I'm not sure what we are even doing here. Because currently, you will not believe it, because I didn't know. There's currently a new episode of, what's it called? Bad That, question mark.
What?
What?
There's a new...
What's this?
Bad That?
There's a new episode of Wetten, Das apparently today.
Okay, what?
Couldn't care less, Anna.
Yeah, me too. But I just got a Spiegel-Eilmeldung, like, oh, Wetten, Das episode. I'm like, what?
Is that such a huge deal now? Suddenly, okay.
I mean, it is a huge deal because, in quote unquote, I mean, they want it to be a huge deal because it was one of the most iconic German television programs.
Yeah, I guess, but.
And then now, for some reason, they apparently brought it back with the original moderator. Right, original quote-unquote, but... Like,
you mean like Thomas Gottschalk or what?
Yeah.
What?
For anyone who doesn't know what that show is, it's where people come in and bet that they can do something special, like something in a certain time or something...
Yes.
A certain challenge or something, and if they are right, I think they just get money, right?
Yeah, kind of like that.
And if they fail, then not.
Then they are still good people.
And you sometimes have really impressive stuff, sometimes you have really wacky stuff. I remember someone who could like tune their farts and play melodies with their farts or something.
Yeah,
What?
right.
Okay.
Or someone opening cans, like 200 cans in like a minute or something like that.
Something like that.
Damn.
Yeah, and I mean it became a bit infamous because there was like a terrible accident in basically the last episode that Thomas Gottschalk did, which was the reason why he stopped moderating.
Yeah, that must have been traumatic.
Yeah.
What actually happened? I don't remember.
Someone basically had like a bet that he could use some weird jumpy leg thingies for a car. But he basically hit his head while doing a somersault on the car, and he was basically paralyzed from that.
Damn. Okay.
I mean, I'm not sure how much he recovered by now, but it was still a big thing, and Thomas Gottschalk stopped after that. Then
and that happened on live.
On live, of course, because it's a live show. And then, like a few years later,
trigger warning.
Oops. Yeah.
Trigger warning? I mean, we just talked about but whatever.
Yeah, I meant like maybe we should have given a trigger warning.
Yeah, okay. It's
disgusting. Like.
Yeah, okay. I mean, trigger warning. Someone got paralyzed. But I mean, we're not going to show videos and stuff. In any case,
no.
The thing, the moderator stopped, and he was basically the face of the show, who did it for like 20 years or something at that point. And then some other guy took over, who was like a solid moderator, let's say it that way, but he was not really a real showmaster. Let's put it. His shows weren't really well received, and also it became infamous for this one show where Tom Hanks was in it, and Tom Hanks had to wear like cat ears, and generally the show was like super badly received, to the point that Tom Hanks talked about it in some American talk show, and he basically said how stupid that show felt and how much it felt like a show from like 30 years ago or something. Because it was so out of touch with current TV concepts. That was like one of the things that made the show a bit infamous internationally, but also nationally, because when a big international star like Tom Hanks like makes fun of your show of that big national show, so in like on some big talk show, then you're like, maybe we should stop. Maybe it's time to stop. And then it stopped for like 8 years, and today they are doing like a revival show with Thomas Gottschalk for some reason, apparently. But I literally, I haven't heard of that. Not at all. Till I saw it in Spiegel.
And now you have wasted my time with it.
And the time of everyone else. You're welcome.
Well, they at least learned something about Germany.
Something. Everyone learned something about Germany today. It's kind of like...
It's like learning that rain is wet.
Come on, it was a bit more interesting.
That's true.
That reminds me, I recently also taught a friend of mine something about Germany. That was super boring, but...
Can I talk about something?
No.
Sure.
But no, go on.
So I started my meds this week, or new meds actually. I started Ritalin in a very small dose, and it's been pretty interesting. And I'm really sorry. I couldn't get anything done this week until.
That's understandable, I guess. So
and it's it's kind of weird because it doesn't have a strong Wirkung. What's that
Effect?
called?
Any strong effect?
Yeah, it doesn't have a strong effect on me because it's a low dose. But so I take it for probably ADHD, I guess. I didn't get like an official statement yet. I get one in a few weeks. But I've been handling that over the last, I guess, 30 years. So I have my ways to deal with it, and give me a second. The music's super loud.
I'm sorry.
Suddenly.
Yeah, I had to turn up to the this very high energy thing now.
And yeah, this basically changed. I don't know if I don't know what really changed, but I couldn't deal with it better. I actually could deal with it worse this week. So my ADHD got worse, and I couldn't focus at all. When I tried, I could get something done for like 10 minutes, and my mind was scattered as fuck.
Oh damn.
And
you mean after you took the meds, or?
Yeah, I took them in the morning, and then for a few hours I just chill. I eat breakfast, I drink coffee, and then slowly I get to work. And the thing is, I think when they wear off, you actually get an increase in your symptoms, which makes sense, I guess. Because what I experience is that I'm kind of calm in the morning when I took the meds for a few hours, but I'm tired anyway, so I'm not using the effect effectively, I think. And then when I start working, it started to wear off again, and then the symptoms increased, and it's kind of weird. I'm not allowed to increase my dosage yet or take another dose during the day. That's something I can start doing next week. And it's been really, really difficult because like your inner voice that at least some people hear when you're reading and stuff. That voice was almost like screaming at me, like, do something, get started. And I could just sit there and nothing happened, like my muscles wouldn't move or something. It's really, really weird and really frustrating. And sorry, I had to talk about it a little bit.
Yeah,
that's fine.
Yeah. But it's like very understandable that it just doesn't work. Like work isn't really all that effective during that kind of time. I mean,
yeah, like whenever something changes like this, I think it just, because you have these kind of expectations, this kind of like also makes you nervous, I think.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. I tried to have low expectations, but I also didn't expect to not feel anything from the meds, really. And I didn't expect symptoms to get even worse after it stopped. And
I mean that's often the case when you use new meds like for some time, right? Or is it like unusual?
Say again, sorry.
Like when you especially with neurological things. When you take new meds, isn't that like doesn't usually take some time until the effect is as intended?
Yes and no. I think the Ritalin has a very quick effect in like 30 minutes to an hour. It's in your body and it's doing its thing. And it stops after 4 to 6 hours, I think. And there's another version where it just releases slower, so it has an effect of like 8 to 12 hours, I think. So you have a short-term effect, but of course you also have a long-term effect where you build up a tolerance, I think. But also at the same time, some people can stop taking it after like a year or something because their brain has adjusted more and works on its own almost.
Right. That's what I meant. Like that, sometimes your body or your brain basically adjusts to like a intended effect even without the meds at some point. If you take the meds for long enough, that it basically adapts to it.
And yeah, I mean, I hope that next week will be it will be more helpful. And I mean, if it doesn't help, there's still other options I can try. And it's always a bit of trial and error with these things, because every ADHD is such a complex thing, and the body of everyone reacts differently. And there's some people who take a lower dose than me right now and have a much stronger effect, and then there's people who take like, I don't know, 6 times what I take and they have no effect. So it's a bit of guesswork and stuff.
Yeah, I mean that's often the case with like how you call it. Is it psychopharmaca? Is it, or like new? I'm not sure what the big term for it is. Like for basically drugs against neurological thing.
Yeah, I don't know.
I mean, yeah, I think in German you say psychopharmaca, right? Psychopharmaca? Is that the term for it?
Is not.
It's not. I mean,
Right.
I'm just guessing here. I don't have any idea because I never took any. Let's see. What if I put Ritalin in Wikipedia? I'm instantly an expert on it. No, but I wanna at least know what it's. Arzneistoff. Dankeschön.
Arzneistoff.
Stimulant drug. That treats attention. Yeah. Okay.
Yes, stimulant. That's what you
Stimulant.
say.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Okay.
Also, I just want to say on a side note, someone said 10 minutes ago, Henne finally found the one topic less enjoyed than his usual weeb anime VTuber nonsense. Amazing. And I want to really quickly say, it was actually also tried to adapt in other countries, like Wetten does. And in America it was called
We're back. Why did you have
No,
to remind
no,
him?
I just wanted to to make it clear. It was called Wanna Bet in the US and You Bet! Exclamation mark in the UK. And in the Netherlands it's Wetten dat.
Wetten dat.
Dutch is basically drunk German.
That's true.
And in Belgium too. Well, that's it.
Thank you.
I also just wanted to say thank you for people in chat for the support and stuff, or sharing. Because I was a little bit scared talking about it.
Yeah, I mean it's good that this kind of topic becomes less stigmatized these days. I mean,
That's true, yeah.
Over the last decades.
Oh
at least.
yeah.
I mean, whenever I hear about how things still are like in Asia and I think it's especially bad in Asia from what I heard in terms of like having like neurological issues and things like that you it's like often like look down upon it. I'm like, man, it's like something that needs medical attention, like like the flu or whatever. I mean, it's not something to stigmatize. But yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So many people have like some sort of issue in that general ballpark that they need to take care of. So it's pretty nonsensical to go to have like negative opinions on it.
That's true.
Felix, can you explain a little bit what you're doing?
No.
That's a good question.
Okay, I can. I'm writing numbers in Photoshop. That's what I'm doing.
Oh, that's amazing.
No, what I'm trying to do here is kind of like, now I did this thing here, and it kind of works, I guess. But something I don't like is I can only use it here. Like an idea I had is that you can also use it just on front things here, like here, for instance, and that might look nice. I mean, you can of course do something like this and then looks okay, yeah. But like in theory, you could just use this here to kind of like combine two of them next to each other, and actually it does make sense, because if I want to do that, I can just literally just do like this and okay, maybe there's no real point in what I'm doing, but it might still be useful. So essentially right now I have, let's again look at the prop here that I just created here. Where is it? Too many tabs. Why did we add tabs here? Okay, so this is roughly the shape of the graphics, like here. It's called cube half southwest. So the graphic is essentially split up in three parts, like the ground part, the ceiling part, and like the wall part. And I want to have this, but without the wall part. Essentially, you only have the ground and the wall. And now I'm kind of trying to figure out how a shape like this will work. But there's actually like one thing about it that's kind of complicated, and I hope I can find a solution for that. And this now I'm kind of like, imagine is a 3D square with coordinates 0, 0, 0 to 1, 1, 1. I'm currently just writing the coordinates of each point here. Like, let me actually color the points in 3D space here. So that's 1 point. Here's 1 point. Here's 1 point. Here's 1 point. And here's 1 point. So each of them has a coordinate. I was currently writing this one. That's not correct. That is like X is 1 because it's on the right. Y is 1 because it's at the bottom. 0, like it's closer to us, like on the floor. And Z is 0 because it's on the ground. And this one, and so this one here is 1 because X it's on the right. 0 for Y because it's in the back, and 1 because it's at the top, like on the ceiling. But now this one here, this one is tricky because the coordinate of this one is X is 0, Y is 1, and Z is something that's larger than 1, but we actually don't know exactly how much larger that is, because it depends on the ratio between Z and Y. And I already solved this problem for a different tile. Now I'm looking if I actually can reuse the solution for this kind of thing. And then I can make this tile. Because this one is always higher than this one. It has to be like, so you actually have a horizontal line, right? So for instance, if x is y is equal to z, then this one would be 2. If y is half of z, then it would be 1.5, I think. Something like this. Now, or in this case, I think, let me think, it actually would be, since y is 2 here, but z is 4, then it means, yeah, that would be 1, in this case it actually would be 1.5. Right? So this kind of value depends on the ratio between y and z. And that is why it's a little bit tricky to this kind of shape. But let's see. So I just kind of like made the sketch to have some kind of mental image of the whole thing. Now I go to the wonderfully try shape folder. And there we have try shapes, and it's all those wonderful coordinates here. Those are all essentially created by doing sketches on paper, memorizing the coordinates and writing them here. So those are kind of like the building blocks that we use to build all the 3D things. And I never bothered creating a 3D import-export thing. It's also because those don't reuse a certain format. They kind of like use some custom format. And so I always make all of them by hand, essentially. Even the freaking cake piece. Like this one. I sketched this one on paper and calculated the weight for each of these vertices and just wrote a huge array. So actually, so this piece here, what's this called here? Wall source east. That one is actually an example for one of the things I'm doing here. Oh, why is this broken? Oh, I see. Yeah, never mind. So that is one wall source west. Let's see if I can actually get this one correct. Oh, this one is called Shift Y.
Shift Y.
Damn, does this help?
Shift Y.
Oh wow, I hope this helps. So what does Shift Y actually do?
It was completely understandable.
Wait.
Sure.
There's no English word for Lebkuchen?
It's a very German
Life
thing.
Cake. Life cake.
Thanks, Anna.
Oh wait, gingerbread, of course.
Gingerbread, yeah.
Sorry. I'm not doing math, it's okay.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
not doing math. Just
No.
figuring out positions.
Just writing down numbers and doing things with numbers.
You think that's math? I once multiplied numbers together with 2 digits. That's math. Without a calculator. Remember when schools still teached you how to calculate stuff using your brain?
Why can't I?
Time that was.
Here it's actually used. Okay, let's see.
Oh, by the way, Hannah, I wanted to ask, how many episodes of Odd Taxi have you watched? So.
I've watched 4 and Felix has watched 3, I think.
Okay, I'm at the 4th episode right now.
We can watch them. I can watch the 4th one a second time because it was a really good episode. So, yeah, sure. I mean,
Sorry, I started anime talk before 10 p.m. I'm
I
sorry.
mean, it's more.
No, it's okay. The streams are shorter now.
It's not really anime talk. It's more organization talk because we're organizing social meetings that we will have watching anime. Also, Stefan started it before. He talked about the Star Wars anime thing.
Yes.
All right.
You didn't even call him out on
Different.
it.
If I do it, it's different. I am allowed to.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now let's talk
Double
about
standard
how amazing
at
Future
Ready
was.
Fish
I
Games.
mean, like, I never said it's not a double standard.
Anyway, since we talked about that, let me talk about VTubers. Just kidding. Let me talk about video games, which also starts with a V. Unless you want
What
to
a
talk about.
strange coincidence.
Yeah, right.
Both of them are somehow connected.
Both are very entertaining and good. I started a game. Have you ever heard of a game called Minecraft? No, just kidding. Have you ever heard of a game called Disco Elysium?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I actually started that a bit. I mean, I only played like only played like 2 hours or so of it, but I'm already extremely fascinated by it. It's so good.
Okay.
It's just let me tell you about a really annoying, frustrating experience I had at the very beginning. I by accident chose like one of the pre-made character skill sets, like the one that had no only has one attribute point in the I think it's psychological thing. It's one of the four basic attributes. You have like your intelligence, your strength, your basically reaction, I think, and the second one is like emotional or something. Emotional. Basically, I only had one in that, which sadly also meant that I started with only 1 HP in my morals. You know, one of you have like your 2 HP HP values, your health and your morale, basically. That sometimes just drops in completely random things. And then I basically wasted like 15 minutes of playtime because I forgot to autosave or quick save. And then I talked to my car, and my car just hurt my morale out of nowhere because I said something wrong. And then he had some bad internal flashback or something. And then I didn't know that I could heal my morale because before the game over happens. So I had a game over, and that was really really confusing to me because
I had also like a game over. Like I was guessing something and
yes.
I think I succeeded, but it still said no, you failed. And then my morale was suddenly really bad, and it was very quickly just game over.
And the most annoying part about that scene for me was that I got my morale damage. I didn't know I could heal myself quickly before the game over. And then I got the game over, and then it didn't even tell me why I got the morale damage. Like,
yeah.
Later I skilled my the skill that increases your morale HP basically a bit. Then I tested it again, and then it kinda insinuates why it happened. But when you get the game over, it tells you nothing. You just get the game over. You just get the morale damage in game over, and it doesn't even tell you why you got the damage. That was a bit frustrating. I mean, I think it should at least tell you why you got the damage, and not just give you the damage and then you're dead, and then you wonder what happened.
What happened?
Yeah, otherwise
Skill issue.
Hmm?
It's just a skill diff.
It's what?
It's a skill diff. I never had these issues.
Yeah, of course. It's
I honestly, actually, I started with just 1 morale.
yeah. I mean that happens when you take the leftmost attribute preset.
I didn't. I just put everything into empathy.
Okay.
I think
Like that felt like the most far from the actual character they wanted me to play. And it's always the most fun to see how far the developers thought out.
Yeah, but
going into a different direction.
Give me a second. I think empathy actually gives you morale, because it's
like... No, I think it's the bottom half.
No, not the bottom. It's like you have four attributes, and the second one I think gives you like morale, because the lowest one is reaction. That doesn't give you morale. The third one is strength. That gives you like HP in one of the skills, like your health. And the first one is like logic. That also doesn't give you anything. Give me a second. Disco Elysium.
You mean what you mean is that I don't think there was strength. It was the first skill group was about smartness. The second one was about like roleplay, I think, about like charisma and like,
yes, but that also
authority
gives you
or suggestion, I think, was also a skill. And then there was one for physique and one for motoric.
I posted. Go on. You see the second?
Yeah, but in the psych skills skill group, you don't have to put in skills into volition, you know.
No, but the thing is, I started with a 1 in the entire psych group, which means that volition literally is at 1. So I started with 1 morale, and the morale. So you started also with 1, but you put a lot into empathy.
As I said, I put everything into empathy.
Okay, that can work. That's interesting, of course. I mean, I basically put like 1 point into volition after I got my 3rd level up or something, because I at least wanted 1 morale HP, so I don't die instantly.
Basically, I wanted to like smooth talk my way through.
Yeah, I can see that.
I wasn't strong at all. Like my health was literally always at the lowest point. I think like 3 points or something.
I think I also only got like a 1, or not 1, 2 at endurance in total. So I have like 2 HP.
It's like easier to heal though, I think, because you can like pain meds and stuff heal.
Yeah, that's. And I think with endurance you can usually, like with your physical health, it's usually more obvious why you lose it, because of course you lose physical health when you jump down a cliff or something, or not down a cliff but down a roof, or you get punched or whatever.
I felt like the game would actually tell you when you would lose morale from a choice that you make.
It does tell you, but then you have to quickly... The thing is, the first time it happened for me, I lost so much morale that I was immediately dead, and I had to quickly react, replenishing my morale before it was game over.
And that was the same for me, and I didn't know that I could replenish my...
I got an item and I read about it, but things, you were actually on the timeline when it happens. And the first time, it actually looked like I was actually doing something successfully, like the roll was successful, but then it still said, no, this doesn't work, you're stupid. And then I essentially lost so much morale, and I wasn't even knowing what's happening, and everything got dark, and I thought, wait, is that part of the scene? And then I was suddenly game over. That's how it happened for me, at least.
And that's the thing, when you go game over, you don't even get told why you lost the morale. You only get told when you survive the morale loss. And that was the problem for me in that scene, why I was so confused, because it was like one of the things that happens to a lot of players, I think. Because for me it happened when I talked to the car. And then you basically talk to the car and say something like, oh, I missed you, or where have you been? And then if you survive the morale loss, that you always get, by the way, when you do that, then it's basically your mind says something like, at the bottom of the sea, something really ominous. And it doesn't really tell you why you lost the morale clearly, but it is at least tells you ominously something happened apparently. But if you die from it, you don't even get that response as to why you lost the morale. You just get the, oh, you lost morale, and then you die, and that's it, basically.
That's right.
Disco Elysium still. We're talking about the Disco Elysium thing. And
So, I don't even remember anything like that.
yeah, it's.
I mean, you had to talk to the car at some point.
Yeah, you have to talk to the car. And
I think it really depends on how you select your character, I guess. Like.
I mean,
No,
but I had only one morale.
No, it's the thing. You always have the choice, and apparently you always lose morale when you do that. But you have to make a specific choice in the car dialogue, basically.
But you just said you always have to make that choice.
No, you don't have to. You can just not pick that dialogue option.
Damn it!
But you always have the dialogue option.
I just had this idea. Damn it! I made it the wrong way, and now I flipped the image to make it correct. But the numbers are flipped too. Damn it!
Of course.
Fix it? No, come on, damn it. Edit.
Basically, I can still clearly
Yes!
remember what it is. You basically talk to the car, and then you have like
Write
the
me
choice.
in a PM what exactly it says, because you shouldn't spoil that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Anyway, it's like with the car that you have in the very beginning. Yeah, I can just.
Oh no, the numbers are wrong now that I flipped it. Everything's. Okay,
No work.
I'll
Just
fix
put into
it.
spoilers in the thing. Talk to car. Choice to.
Remember there was a tutorial where it kind of taught you that when it goes to 0, use an item or something like that.
I can see that, but I totally forgot that in that situation. Because it's like timed, and then I was like, what the heck?
Not a true gamer over here.
Yeah, of course. I
Yeah.
was not in true gamer mode when I did that.
Yeah, I assume that the developers just did that, right? They assumed of you a gamer moment. And for like,
Yeah, of
we don't
course,
need a
of course.
tutorial for that. That's
Because-
kind of not punishing you for not reacting in time.
Yeah, I mean, I can totally see that working in a way, because
No, I
it-
mean like it's a fault on the developer side if they like make it so punishing that you just die without really telling you why.
Hmm.
yeah, that's something that that's basically the only thing I think that they could have done better in that kind of situation, because I was just confused in that situation, because I was like, okay, why did I die? What happened? What's going on?
Right,
I
so
mean, that-
0.1% of the game is shitty, the rest is awesome.
Yeah, I mean, basically. I don't even think it's bad that you just lose morale there, because I'm assuming that there's some interesting narrative point behind that, why they did that, and a lot of other aspects
Everything
of
in
the
this game is like, when it comes to dialogue written, then
Yeah, the dialogue is so good, man. Like, so many, and it's also so funny, like how the different aspects of your psyche talk to you, and sometimes it's like so funny, and also some of the characters. I mean, okay, I have to.
you know why these characters are good? Because none of them has overly saturated expressions and shit like that.
Mhm.
Everyone's reacting like a human would react.
But I'm just hoping that this won't be taken out of context, but.
Except the little guy. Some
Oh, you mean
characters
the
are.
little asshole? The little
Oh
shit-
my gosh, this.
shit
But
child,
those
yeah.
characters like Kuno is a shithead on purpose.
Yeah, it's amazing. I wanted to slap him across the face so often.
I
It's
mean,
like,
I love him. Like, it's one of
Yeah.
my favorite characters in the whole game.
I can
Kuno
totally-
doesn't care.
Kuno doesn't care. Kuno talks in third person. He's the coolest
Who-
man.
Kuno just talks about what Kuno likes.
Hmm.
No, but another great character, and please don't take me out of context with this. Another great character is this racial science fascist dude, because it's like the dialogue with him is so well written, and you totally get the gears in his head turning, justifying his bullshit ideology But it's also so
Sorry.
idiotic what he says in the same way, because there are so many flaws in his ideology. But he's like so pseudo-scientific about it, and then he has his stupid cheerleader girl who is like, yeah, man, you are the best. And there was like this great irony, because he was like, yeah, you were like the master race here, but you fell to the degeneracy and to smoking and alcohol. And meanwhile, his cheerleader girlfriend, who by the way is smoking the entire time, it's like, yeah, you show him, you tell him, my great master race boyfriend. Like, yay, great.
What do you mean?
No,
that?
Yeah.
I remember
It's the one that basically teaches you the fascism ideology. If you let him. By the way, someone subscribed with Shugo82 subscribed with Twitch Prime. This is really mysterious, Stefan. Do you know what this Twitch Prime is all about?
What?
Someone subscribed to us with Twitch Prime. I mean, what is this?
I don't know.
Let me Google real quick. Twitch Prime. What is
Let me
great
Google
about
it
this?
for you.
Oh, apparently, according to Google, if you have Twitch Prime, you can subscribe to someone for free, and that someone gets money from that, as if you subscribe by paying money, but you don't have to pay anything for it. With Twitch Prime.
Bullshit.
And I think you get Twitch Prime when you have Amazon Prime. So I mean, Amazon is not always the most moral company, but if you have Amazon Prime, then at least make use of it with Twitch Prime and support your favorite Twitch streamer, or us, alternative.
Or us.
I mean, whatever you want. I mean, we are not your mom, and also not your dad, and also not your sister.
Dad, subscribe to us.
Step brother, help.
Do it now.
Okay.
I want to buy a house. Come on, chat.
I need that house.
Already 30. Like, I can't wait. Do you want me, the creator of Crosscode himself,
Sole creator of CrossFit.
sole creator of Crosscode? Do you want me to live in a home for the elderly? Actually, I would love that. I would never go outside, but I would love that. I would just sit in my room and play video games all day.
But then someone comes in and says, "Please, we need to give you an Einlauf and
I say, "All right."
one run."
You go, girl.
You go, girl. Felix
Oh
is
boy.
very concentrated right now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Need to...
Felix, you need to make a route when you're thinking.
What?
The Merkel route.
Hmm.
Isn't it more like a triangle?
It's
Anyway,
more like
let me
this.
talk about a
Right.
game. Let me talk about another game. I finished another game
That's another game.
this week called Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh yeah, I
It's
heard of that.
basically Guardians of the Galaxy, the movie, the game. Feels like
No shit.
kind of does the same, you know, like ideas. The movie used like not the older comics, but the newer comics.
But does it all? But does it also have Chris Pratt, like everything these days?
No. It's not, like it's
Surprisingly
it's
not.
not a real licensed game.
I know. Like with the Avengers. Also, we got a subscription wave. Or raid.
Oh
or
wow,
trade, whatever
wow,
it's
wow, a lot of
called.
them.
By Atifon. Let me just read all the people. First of all, Atifon, big thanks for the 60 subscriptions, man.
Thank
That's a
you.
big deal.
Jesus Christ,
you.
Digga.
And welcome to our subscriber base.
Bruh.
Solocom, Shohan underscore, Silver Cheers, Jules64, Super Gran Turismo, Ineli, someone somewhere, 176, 67. Adorable PP. Adorable PP. That's a great name. Maximilian Yeet. Oh, sorry, Maximilian Yeet. And it's Reese, man. Is it really 60? Oh, it's 60 in total, but it's 10 today. Okay, I get it. Thanks again to Atifon for those 10 subscriptions. And yes.
10 gifted subs.
Look, adorable
10,000 gifted subs. Holy shit.
That really
Thank you
is
very
a very
much.
adorable
Yes.
PP.
Yes,
10,000. I'm distracted by like exploring and looting.
Did you know?
Whoa.
Anyway,
the-
like I wanted to talk about a game.
Oh yeah, say it. Talk about it,
Right.
please.
Listen,
No.
save that $60 for the games, chat. Don't buy it. Don't buy it. Wait until it's in sale because oh my god, this gameplay. Like the
not
writing was excellent, right? It was like witty, like kind of modern humor.
What game is it?
right?
It's the dialogue is very well programmed as well.
What game
Yeah,
though?
Well,
Galaxy.
no. I kind of disagree
No?
with that one because
Okay.
more often than not they overlap each other, and then also they literally scream at each other from halfway around the ship instead of meeting and then talking. And
That's true.
and the game even introduces like comms early on in the games. And instead of talking through the comms with you, they scream throughout the ship. I hated that. They scream so often in the dialogue. They're literally as if they're like miles apart. I guess they didn't want to do two like tracks for that, right? I understand. Like it's costs money and shit. But oh, I was like, oh no, they're so loud. Why are you so loud? I mean, like I said, like dialogue, all good, and it also looks very cool, right? Like it's kind of like this space magic, Marvel shit. Pretty cool. But Jesus Christ, it was like such a pain to play. It's so unfun. It's not
Really?
even close to being fun. Like
That's
it's
interesting.
basically corridors in which they talk, right? And you walk through them, and that's the most fun part, I think, because then you can listen to them and you have like small choices where you can alter the outcome of the dialogue. That was always fun. But then there are like the combat, and the combat is so weird because everyone is participating, but you can only play as Star-Lord. And he can only shoot people. So basically what you're doing is holding R2 while running around the battlefield. Then you have to hold L1 to load up your Guardian terminal, and then you have to press a face button, and then the face button transforms into another list of face buttons that you can press, and then when you do that, then one of the team member will do an attack. Now if you want to do a special attack, you have to hold the best button in business for holding down, the left stick button.
Oh wow.
What?
Okay, that's
and then
bad.
press a
You have
face
to
button.
hold it. What
You
the
have to
fuck?
hold it down, and then in the heat of the moment, and the game is super chaotic, like really chaotic. So you don't even know most of the times, like, oh, I'm getting attacked. I didn't know my shield is breaking. I didn't know my shield was breaking. I still thought everything was fine. It happened so often that I would literally die, and I was like, I had no indication that I was going to die. Granted, I played on what the game said was the hard mode. I don't know if that changed anything, to be honest. But you can, like, you have very good, like, it's another good thing. You have very good difficulty options. You can even determine how long enemies are stunned. And how much damage you do compared to enemies, how much damage you take, and all those things. In terms of difficulty, it's really nice. So you can. I'm actually thinking maybe we want to do this too, like have, and not just accessibility option, but separate them in difficulty and accessibility. and let players make the choice. That was pretty nice because halfway through the game I was like, oh, this is not fun. I'm just doing everything on easy and just like enjoy the story. I don't know. And then they also started to like, and by the way, this wasn't everything. Like your character, right? You're just running around shooting while your teammates are getting to do cool stuff. No, you also have elemental weapon system, and you have to use the face buttons for that. Now imagine you having enemies on the field, all having elemental shields that you need to break, while still being shot by enemies, and also they want you to use the abilities of your guardians, because your friends will not shut the fuck up about you not letting them fight. They will constantly say, hey, why don't you use my powers? Or like doing a puzzle, you're exploring, right? The game is like, oh yeah, here you can explore, and like your team members are like, where are you? What are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing? Where are you? What are you doing?
Damn, oh my gosh, okay.
Oh my god, I was like, shut the fuck up. Come on, man. Let me explore. And like the main character is basically kind of embodying you, in that he always says like, come on, man, I'm exploring. I would not call him Star Lord, but come on, Lord, because like this was his most used word in the whole game. He said come on, dude, so often. It was crazy. Like people gave him shit all the time, and he was like, come on, man. So often.
Amazing.
Like I think they knew that, like, because I don't know, like that this must have been on purpose. The most come on I have ever seen in a game. And even when you like where like you had the option to apologize, right? And the game kind of gave you the choice, but this choice ultimately does not matter. And even though you try to be like the glue that holds together the Guardians in the beginning, you can't do it. You can just be a jackass to them anyway. Like it doesn't matter. So if you play the game, don't bother with being the nice guy. Just be as shitty as your teammates.
Okay.
That's what the game is about. But yeah, like it's a great game to look at. It doesn't play very nice. Like it also has a lot of gameplay issues where sometimes they have these sliding parts, and while you slide you can jump, but it feels so stiff and like as if they purposefully put in weight timers to keep you from doing like fun shit. They don't like, you know how we in Terra have like or like in Zelda where you dash or where you jump and Link changes his legs. I thought they would have that too, but nope. You can also not chain your dashes, and your character moves extremely slow. I think they did this on purpose. There must have been a run button, but they like yoinked it out because otherwise people would run through this game as fast as they can. There are sections in the game where it's really like agonizing that you cannot walk faster. Right? Like your team members are done talking and you're like, I guess I'm just slowly walking.
Oh wow.
Okay, yeah.
So it's a very mixed bag, and I think it's not like the price tag is a little bit tough for like 20-hour game that has like such unpolished and.
That's true for many modern games, in my opinion. But and one of the reasons why I barely buy full price games anymore. But, yeah.
I watched some gameplay on Seagull's stream, and he was having a good time. He was laughing a lot about the dialogue, and yeah, the dialogue was the best thing about it.
Maybe with PC controls it's better because you can like aim. But try to aim.
You have this auto aim, right? Like in Metroid.
Yeah, but auto aim always sucks. Like I want to the game throws at you like large number of enemies at the same time. So now and then they have this enemy that you need to kill first, or you will heal the other ones, right? Like wow, what a unique game mechanic. Never have seen that one before. But anyway, you need to kill that one first. But sometimes he just stays in a large group of enemies, and you're like, okay, auto aim. At some point, we we will find the enemy that I will, and I keep like letting go of lock on, pressing lock on again. Nope, it's not that one. It's like more annoying. At least prioritize enemies that are like the targets you want to kill first, logically, right?
Well, it could be that the auto aim is better on PC when you have the mouse like to select the target or something.
Yeah, I would imagine it's always the case, like that. Auto like on. And I said, like, if you aim, I guess mouse is always like king, especially when you can play it at 120 or 144 hertz. Which I also didn't. I played it on my TV because I thought like probably looks amazing in 4K. And it does. It does. Like, it's so cool about this kind of space magic. They can come up with bullshit like, yeah, this here is the edge of the universe. But you can only see it from this giant head floating in space. But yeah, it also feels like at the end, I think they had to rush a little bit because there was like one scene where where there's a model of something that looked like a stand-in. Like I still think that's like, oh, did it load the wrong model? Like I was like, are they serious? Like, is this on purpose? Because it was like, do you know, like in Attack on Titan, how the size of the Titans is never really consistent, right?
Yeah.
Like, for instance, they say that the wall is 50 meters high, right? And the Titan is the big Titan is 80 meters high. But in the opening scene, you can see him like looking over the wall a little bit, or that one of the Titans is 12 meters versus the biggest Titan. But then when said Titan is attacked by another Titan, it looks like it's several hundred meters high, because that Titan is only as big as the foot of the giant Titan. And that's something they did there too, where the size it looked like out of place. It just didn't make any sense.
Okay, yeah.
It might have been that I didn't have like the most detailed textures on, and maybe that was one moment where they didn't had the correct texture loaded in. I don't know, like, but also the animation in that model was like very bare bones, and so it made it look a little bit like those old games where you didn't have animation tools, and your model would just take the most straight path from A to B, turn in place, and then move in that direction.
Oh yeah, that's that kind of thing. I get it.
So okay.
But yeah.
So some back into development. Turned out like the whole thing that we had here implemented didn't work for this use case, so I had to hack into something. I had to hack in something new, and that's what I just did. And let's see if that works. Right. So I just need to create the right graphics.
Sorry for the rant, chat. Sorry. I just wanted to warn you guys, don't buy it. It's too expensive.
Not at least not yet.
Yeah, wait.
I started playing Gloomhaven.
Yeah, I've heard Gloomhaven.
Not the physical edition, but the video game version. And version basically 1.0 came out a few weeks ago. And it has like hundreds of story missions. And I'm playing with a group of 4. I'm playing with a group of 3, so we're 4 people. And we tried starting at normal difficulty. It was extremely tough. It was really, really hard. Because surprise, when you're level 1, you're the weakest. And that makes things harder. So, but it was okay. We changed to easy, played a few missions, leveled up, and then changed to normal, and then normal was way more manageable. And it's perfectly balanced for us right now. It was really close the last game, and yeah, the game is really, really good, really interesting, because you have a deck of cards, and every round you draw 2 cards. You can choose 2 cards from your deck, and then you play the actions on those cards. Every card has a top and a bottom action, and you can always play one top action, one bottom action. And so you can combine the same cards in different ways together. And when you played your cards, you put them on another. How do you say staple?
Stack?
It's on another stack. Yes, that's it. And when you run out of cards, you basically have to rest, and then you have to burn one of your cards. That's what it's called. So you have to get rid of one of the cards, and then you get the other cards back in your active deck again. So after a certain time, you just basically run out of cards. You run out of moves you can do. So there's basically not just your health, but also almost like a time limit or a move limit. And yeah, on the last map, we basically almost ran out of cards. I think 3 people of us died because we ran out of cards, because the map was big and we had to use our cards to move. That was really interesting.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So
Right.
tough to move here. Just gotta use my card.
And I'm playing a really interesting character. It's called the Spellweaver, and I have a lot of cards in my deck that, when I use them, get burned directly. They're really strong as well, but then they're burned. I can't use them again. But I have one special card in my deck. With that card, I can recover all my burned cards again. So I can basically use them twice. And it's really interesting because on first hand, first sight, I have the smallest deck of only like, I think 8 cards. And the others have like, I think 12 cards in their deck or something. But when I use it perfectly, I have almost like the most cards. I have basically 15 cards in my deck.
Yeah.
And yeah, that's her playstyle is really interesting. I had to learn it first. That's why normal was really hard as well, because I didn't use it optimally. And but now I got it. I play it much better, and I at least can survive until the last round. It's okay if I die in the last round and go all out with my attacks. Because they are so strong. The others in my team can basically clean up at the end. We also have a tank with more HP. We have a healer, or actually it's called Tinkerer. And so there's that dynamic, of course, that you have one person tanking all the damage and the other one heals it up again. And What another interesting thing is, every character you start has a life goal. So that could be do a certain number of quests in that area, or donate that amount of money to the church, or defeat 100 enemies, something like that. And when you reach your life goal, you actually have to stop playing that character, and you have to choose another character and start again, basically.
Okay, so. And what was the victory condition, or what? Or
So there are a lot of story missions, and you can. It has a little bit of a pen paper RPG, because you can choose your missions and you can sometimes interact, and basically choose certain options and which direction you want to go. For example, we had a mission where we found first we should we were supposed to find out at a certain location people are doing weird magic, and so we went in, fought all the enemies, and found like that they summoned enemies from a different realm. And then we were trying to find more about that different realm and found a portal. And then we had the possibility to basically join them. It was like an evil cult, and we could either join the cult or we could decide to defeat the cult. And based on that, we have
Joined them.
no, we actually fought against them. Maybe in the next time.
Always join the cult. You can betray them later.
yeah, and take it over.
Probably.
Take it over.
Always take the loot.
But it was a group decision. It wasn't.
Always these paladins.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's really nice because just playing a tabletop game together with friends online is really nice. It's well made, like it has nice graphics and sounds. The UI is a bit of hit or miss. I got confused quite a few times by the UI. But yeah, I can definitely recommend it. It's really fun, especially with the squad together. If you have friends. I think you can play it with one friend too, and you just both play two characters. That could work.
So like Divinity.
Right.
Because it's turn-based basically. And I never heard of it before, but when I mentioned it, there's always like at least one person who says, "Oh yeah, Gloomhaven, that's cool," or "I played Gloomhaven," or something like that.
I think most board gamer probably know about Gloomhaven.
I've heard of the board game before.
Yeah, me too. We have this one friend who is like the master of board games.
Who do you
mean? He
knows
them all. Like amazing. He always has board games. I think he once had it with him, or at least he talked about it.
Okay.
Who do you mean? Do you mean Fix?
No.
Okay. Because Fix has a lot of tabletop RPGs too.
Makes sense. Fix.
My brother's actually crazy about board games. He has so many of them.
Like... maybe you can ask him to play Gloomhaven.
I don't know. I know. I'll mostly avoid any kind of multiplayer game.
I mostly avoid
it's co-op.
So it's the truth. I'm just not a multiplayer gamer. So
I'm not a fan of like playing board games against each other.
Yeah.
But co-op board games are really fun.
Yeah.
Zombie side is also really fun playing together.
Right, I made it! It works!
Yay.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Just saying.
Nice.
Looks okay.
Triangle. Let's go.
Yeah, I made the triangles move in the right way. So, but now comes the exciting part. Does this also work if I change this? Yeah, looks good. Nice.
So Felix, is this basically? Did you use a working triangle strategy?
Okay. Yeah, that was like a correctly working triangle strategy, I guess. Okay.
New game from the makers of Bloom and Pixel Art.
Yes. Okay,
How much
so
can we get away with?
Bye bye, Shizu.
Bye.
Also, L2022 asks, we have Cheese Layer. When are we gonna get the Uno version? I mean, there is a Uno version.
There is
Mhm.
one,
on
yeah.
Discord.
Not yeah.
It's
in
not on
Discord,
Twitch.
yeah, not on Twitch. No.
I mean, our Twitch.
But I'm pretty sure we still have slots on Twitch, right?
I'm not sure. Do
There's
we have?
there's also, I don't know if we have it yet, like our channel has yet, but there are follower emotes now on Twitch. And also on Discord we have icons for roles. So for example, we can give like Spheromancer under different classes a different icon.
Right. We could do that at some point. I mean, we have so many emote slots still open on our crosscode server. I think you need. I think we could add like the. Wait, or do we have them already? Could add the class symbols to our emotes and then use the emotes as role icons. Would also work. For example. We also got a question. Can you change the shape of the texture you cast in that object?
what?
Can you change the shape of the texture you cast on that object?
I mean,
That's what
that
Felix doing.
we could do that, but I mean, the whole point of our graphic style is to not distort textures. So we kind of like always minimize the texture distortion as much as possible. That's actually why I had to kind of like do some weird calculations to avoid texture distortions. That's part of the reason why it looks still rather like pixel art, even though it's so much 3D.
We big brained basically.
Neo NicoCat says the DLC was so good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Okay, now this looks actually, I think that looks rather nice. Look at this. It even has like some slight perspective thing. Okay, this one is actually broken here. Just look on the right side. This one is broken because I need to correctly implement the other orientation and make it flip correctly. Because that's why it doesn't work. But here, this one I think looks really nice.
Yeah.
Like the cliff actually gets a bit more depth like this because there's like this very slight delta here, like this distance. So
can you play it in game?
Yeah.
And see how it looks.
Let me actually increase the map size a little bit and use the new map shifting to shift everything in the center. Demonstrating map shifting now. So I've just shift everything by 10 by 10 pixel. Is that correct? Or is it the other way around? I think it's the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah, like this. No! Oh, why? Oh no.
Just press Ctrl Z, it works.
Mm-hmm.
If something goes off by... Yeah, I mean, if you go up, you go...
Yeah.
No.
It's just the visualization, I interpreted it like the opposite way. I thought red means it's cut off. And I'm falling to the ground.
Everything that's red is
okay.
cut off.
Is that correct then? Okay, let me check again. So, I shift the map. I move it 10 to the right and... Oh, you're right. Yeah, of course. Yeah, sure. Makes sense.
Yeah, the right side gets...
Yeah, I just didn't... I thought wrong. So, okay. Let's add the marker. So you don't fall through the ground. still kind of amazing how well those editors work. I love it. And yeah, the collision also works. Mostly? Ah, that's weird. Maybe I did something...
Work, right? Because it's a different shape. Oh, no. There you
Oh, that's not good. Might have... now it works.
It's not dead.
Yeah, it's not critical. But, okay, something here is weird with... That's something I should have a look at. But that is so weird.
Can you visualize the entity?
Yeah. It's actually correct. The funny thing, it was moving slow not at the entity but somewhere else, like here.
Oh, by the way, Felix.
Yeah.
Go to the center map.
Okay.
Oh, no, I let you work on this. That's a separate issue.
Is that like collision issue or?
It's not a collision issue. It's more.
Oh.
We need to think about how we handle slopes when you kind of a tile up next to the slope. Because Juno will start slowing down. Well, it still seems like she's a tile up and looks a bit weird.
Okay, I will have to.
But it's easily reproducible. I didn't actually found that one. That one was on Sabelle. She noticed that.
Oh, that looks like a fun physics debugging session.
Yay!
Let's go.
No, not at all.
You need better physics debugging tools.
No.
You need better physics.
Yeah, right. The ones we have in our universe, I know.
Those are the worst.
Jeebus. Okay. This doesn't look so great as I thought it would. But yeah, I mean, it's reproducible, so I should be able to fix that, hopefully.
Yeah, I did say that we need the shortcut pop as an official emote on our server, because it's a very iconic emote.
We also have animated emotes on Twitch now.
Oh, right.
Like officially.
Animated.
You can have cheese layer angry or something.
It's the most important one.
Yes, I need it.
Cheese layer angry is the most important one.
Oh, okay. Never mind. The mistake is here. I specified the thing incorrectly. I mean, that at least makes sense that you might have weird collisions because of that. So let's try this again.
Oh, I see it.
Okay. So
pixel.
something is still off, but no, it's not helping. Actually, this is weird. Nah, something really is not working as intended. This is interesting. I mean, hopefully I will be able to fix this because it is reproducible. Yeah, like sliding just straight up doesn't work. Okay, this is nah. Yeah, I will have a look at this. Spot is possible. I edit this. Okay, now it works. No, it doesn't. Okay. But here it still works, right? Yeah, it does. Okay. I mean, to be fair, we didn't have those kind of slopes in crosscode. They didn't really work as intended. So here in Terra they at least work, but you know, it's buggy. You know, it's buggy. You know, it's buggy.
You know it's buggy.
Yeah,
no, I don't think you know it's buggy. Like, that would be spoilers, Felix. Come on.
Oh no. Okay. Right, that's some annoying debugging session for me. Sometime in the next few days. I mean, it's not a deal breaker right now, but it's one of these things that I really hate and I need to fix. Or otherwise I will not be satisfied. But you know, in theory, I think those clips looks very roundish now. I mean, that's kind of like the thing I was planning to have.
And it hopefully also helps out, like Thomas to know that he can actually do that, you know.
And another nice thing is those actually also work for water. So let me actually add some water here.
This voice line always is weird to me. Like, this looks edible and this looks useful. Like, aren't you saying the same thing twice? Isn't something edible also inherently useful?
Okay, I cannot show
Voice
the...
line are you talking about?
The voice line Alo says in Genshin.
You mean that one?
I'm like,
Oh, we still don't
I
have,
don't know, man.
like...
This seems stupid to say because you kind of already said the. I mean, oh, this maybe this looks edible. I could use this to craft a new weapon, something like that. Probably makes more sense. Was what they wanted to say, but the double useful or the double this looks. Yeah. Makes it sound.
Look at this silly man playing a gacha game. Ha ha ha.
Okay.
Also, Kovac said, "You're overdoing it. Bug shader, which I think is meant Bethesda, will not bother about that. How many rocks you have in Skyrim that are collision bugged?"
Yeah, like we're not Bethesda, so we're better than that. Okay. Yeah. So. This does need some more tweaking now that I look at it, because
there's also another small game that I played, by the way, that I almost beat, by the way. I'm almost done with it.
By the way,
it's called, by the way, that's his name. No, it's by the creators of you might have heard that game, Risk of Rain, and the game is called it's called Deadbolt.
What?
Deadbolt. It's by the people who made Risk of Rain.
Deadbolt.
But they're still working on Risk of Rain 2, so...
No, Risk of Rain 2 had a final version, right? It's out.
No, they're working on a DLC.
Deadbolt is like a game they did between the Risk of Rains, I think.
Wow, Indie's working on several games. That's crazy.
You want to tell me they delayed the DLC just because they're working on another game?
Maybe they have different members working on different games, you know? Like some companies do that.
Deadbolt is from 2016, so I don't even think that it got in the way of Risk of Rain 2. It's like a game that's been out for, like, 5 years. It's just that I bought it, like, some time ago, and now I finally played it. And it's good. It's fun. It's like a really nice, methodical... how do you call those kind of games? It's kind of like Hotline Miami, but from a side view perspective. And it's a lot like Mark of the Ninja or like Katana Zero.
Oh.
Slower. It's way slower and way more methodical than...
Can you show me a link or something?
I can show you a link, but I could also just show you the shop page of that game. Because a link doesn't appear in that game because it's not a Zelda game. Ha ha ha. It has a very simple art style in many ways, but it's like it really shows it's by the same people that also did Risk of Rain in many ways. But it's fun.
I mean, they know their stuff.
Right. Well, they did. Now they're doing 3D nonsense. What is this?
What is this? They're trying to do something.
By the way, look at this. Just want to show this. Look at this really nice smooth curve here for the water. That's the things we can do if we use these kind of things. It's like it doesn't work so well for the water. Maybe like the other shape that I used here. works better for these kind of situations. So maybe all that work I did was for nothing, but I mean we can use this for other things probably. But maybe this shape makes more sense after all, at least for these kind of things. Where was it?
Where was it, Felix? Where was
In the same editor here. Yeah. So now we have less of an issue here. I mean, we can just move this up a bit, and then I can also move this one a bit more up, and it kind of works. Well, no, it works. Yeah, these kind of things that we just need to experiment with until we find like the good pieces that work nice with the water. I mean, the water.
That game is already out since 2016.
I said
That's
so.
yeah.
You can't expect me to pay attention.
Yeah, that's the thing. No, that's like an older game they did. Like
Okay.
It was between the Risk of Rains. It's basically when the rain was stopping for a bit, and they could play the fun a bit, and then they made this game.
You could say a better title for the game would have been No Risk of Rain.
Wow. Or a dry period.
I still don't understand
maybe
why it's called
just
Risk of Rain.
Yeah, it's a good question. Why was it called Risk of Rain?
Because there's nothing scary about the rain or something.
The first game, the rain was like deadly in the last stage. Or it wasn't deadly to you, but it meant you would die, and you need to escape it, I think.
Did it actually ever rain in that game?
In the second one, yeah, there's a stage, and then
Okay, the second, okay.
wait, and then in the first one, yeah, in the final.
Okay, never mind. I was just stupid. I wasn't using the graphics in the proper way. That's why it looked weird. Okay, let me fix this again.
Never mind.
So let me use this again.
But yeah, Deadlock is a lot of fun. I mean, it took a while till I really got into it. But I mean, once you get into the rhythm and you are like used to replay stages a lot until you finally get the right way to beat it. It's a lot of fun, and it's also a nice game that you can just put on for a bit, play 1 or 2 stages, and then do something else again. It's like a really nice little game. And I think I almost beat it after like between 5 and 6 hours, so it's not too long a game. And I think I got it for like €4 or something, so...
No, not another artist on my timeline doing NFTs.
What the heck, man?
That sucks. Gotta unfollow.
I mean...
That's why I follow like 3,000 people, so it's not a biggie. I unfollow someone for that.
I'm so disappointed that basically my favorite moderate artist started doing NFT. But I mean, thing is, it's a Japanese artist doing NFT, and while I don't agree with that, and I don't like that, and I'm definitely not happy about that, there was there was this thread about NFTs for Japanese artists. That there sadly is like still this different mindset about it in Japan and with Japanese artists, because they don't have a commission culture. So it's much harder for freelancers in Japan for like several reasons. Like it's super hard to get like to rent an apartment if you're a freelancer. It's super hard to get a credit. It's There's no proper commission culture there.
But is NFTs even for them like a real feasible way to make money in the long term? I mean,
no.
Is there any long-term future for NFTs though? I kind of wonder.
That's the thing. Maybe not. But
the planet will die before that.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, no, there won't be. But there are a few big artists there who are like, yeah, NFT, it's the future. And then some artists are like, oh, I mean, it's a way for me to earn money, so I guess I will give it a try. And the thing is, they will earn a few thousands maybe before it dies down. So I guess in a short term, it is nice for them. And they might be... And if you're a freelance artist, you might want to try everything that gets you paid, basically. Especially if you don't have commissions as an alternative. So, and the good thing with... not good thing, but the thing that makes it a bit less bad than those NFT scam sites that basically sell those low-quality template pixel art thingies, is that they at least only sell like one or two artworks a month, which is of course not as bad for the environment as if you basically mass-produce template-built NFT artworks, quote-unquote artworks. But yeah, it's still shit. I mean, I still hate it. Kind of stuff happens. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, I'm hoping that it will die down soon enough. I mean, recently there were some plans of big companies to somehow do things with NFTs. Like McDonald's did some NFT burger thing. I was like, what the fuck is happening?
No.
McDonald's and certain video game companies like EA, I think, are trying to get into the NFT market. And the worst alliance, the most unholy alliance that you could think of, NFT used by K-pop publishers.
What?
And record labels. I'm like, oh no. The most unholy things combined together, K-pop and NFT. Yeah, it's a big thing currently. It was a big thing in recent days. There was some big K-pop record label wants to use NFT for something. I mean, what do you use NFT for? I don't know. Make money and scam people. I mean,
yeah.
I don't know
what a new money scheme.
Yeah. I don't know what productive use you have for NFT.
It's another way to hurt the planet.
Yeah.
With blockchains.
You know what? It's so nice. Back in the day, I was like, blockchain. Is it like some fighting game term that you chain your blocks?
Or yeah, like... you would use the same term. You would say, "Oh, nice chain of blocks."
Yeah, right. Because there was like this old meme that's still getting used. While you were having premarital sex, I was studying the blade. While you were doing this and this fun stuff, I was mastering the blockchain with this nerd who had this katana. and I'm like, and I was always like, what does he mean with blockchain? Does he mean like the fighting game, being a fighting game master, or is he talking about the computer science blockchain? I was never sure. While you were, I was studying the blade. Give me a second. I'm pretty sure you've seen that one before, but I need to find it real quick. Where is it? Yes, I got it. It's one of the best classic memes.
I want to see it. Where is it?
While you were partying, I studied the blade. When you were having premarital sex, I mastered the blockchain. And now that the world is on fire and the barbarians are at the gate, you have the audacity to come to me for help.
It's like early. You not only cheated yourself.
Yeah. Yes. Exactly. It's like, and I still don't know if the text, if the entire meme is like ironic, or if someone really made this and posted it on Facebook or whatever.
Yeah, someone really posted it. You underestimate the edginess of teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't.
You underestimate the edginess of
yes.
people.
On one hand, yes, but on the other hand, there's also a lot of memes on the planet that were
people
made.
People really think having a fedora and holding a katana is cool.
Yeah, on that note, I have like another. I mean, the photo is cringe, and the photo is unironic. I can totally see that. But the question is the photo and the text and the meme combination and the text combination, is that made by the same guy who posted unironically? That's the big question. Because man,
Probably
that's
not
really...
the same guy, but there are people like, I mean, you know how it is, man.
Yeah, I know.
You can have an opinion about it. Someone will have it on the internet. Someone will have written about it.
Now that the world is on fire. Yes, it's on fire because you used the blockchain too much, you idiot. Okay.
Nice. Okay, so, but I think, I mean, essentially I just did essentially just one example of these cliff things, but I think it works pretty much how I thought it would. So you essentially now you can have more smooth cliff kind of diagonals, and you can use this to make certain things look less tidy. So that was the thing I wanted to do. So let me try this again. Can I flip it now? Yes! Okay, here we go.
Every NFT looks like this. I mean, actually, NFTs usually look way worse than that, to be honest. There was also...
I don't think it's about what is on the image, more about the ownership.
Yeah, I know, but it's the... And the thing is, like, a lot of people are getting way too used to NFTs, I guess. You do know the Padoro meme, right? This Padoro, this anime meme that always gets used for Christmas. Padoro.
Yeah.
Someone posted an image of that because it also has many variations. And then someone asked, NFT? What NFT collection is this? Posted the...
Oh boy.
Like, no. Please stop. Yamete, could I stop, please?
We're getting raided.
Whoa, who's raiding us? Let's look at this.
Only.
We got a raid by Honley. Hello, and thank you for the raids.
Thank you. Welcome in, everyone.
We have very fitting music for the raid.
Yeah, that's very raid music. Nice.
On the stream, we do game development.
That's true.
Yep. This is ProjectTerra.
Yes.
This is our new baby.
This is our new project, which is like PixArt and 3D combined, kinda.
That isn't possible. You can't combine PixArt and 3D.
Yes, you can. Look at this.
Didn't you play the hit game Triangle Strategy?
Yes.
Yes, I was very charmed by the trailer narration.
It's probably they probably had like 0 point. Like, take like the
First take, yes.
cheapest editor you can find, and the cheapest voice actor narrator that you find on voiceactors.com. And
Oh, let's go to a more beautiful
man.
map. Let's go to the proto area. Can I show proto area maps?
Sure.
Let's walk around a bit.
I love how Felix is asking. Can I show them?
I don't know,
show that?
man.
Yes, project leader, we will allow it.
Okay.
Like, why are you asking me? Like, you're the creative director.
Yeah, but I know. You're much more democratic than that, though. So essentially, this is Crossco but 3D, and also, like, gameplay will also be different, obviously, to some extent, but... Oh, a cave! Can I enter?
I think you can.
This doesn't look too finished yet, but yeah, we have a cave. Whee!
Honli, what have you been streaming?
I actually kind of like how the character gets taller when you go up to very high.
I'm gonna be right back. Gonna get some stuff real quick.
What gets taller?
Like the camera doesn't zoom out indefinitely. Like if you reach a certain height, it doesn't zoom out more. Instead, your character gets taller. And it's actually, I think it's kind of nice though. Kind of like, it feels a bit more like you're higher, I think. Or maybe not. Like it helps a lot because that way you do not need to zoom out that much. And you can make more assumptions to how much of the map you will not see, or something like that. I don't know what or something like that anyway.
Oh, Honli was doing Celeste modding.
Oh,
That's really cool. Will Terra
another
have
question?
jump dash cancels?
Because we have like 2 people who do modding.
probably not. I'm gonna be honest here, because like the whole system kind of changed.
What was the question?
If you have jump dash cancels.
No, you will not. But like Felix is already showcasing this kind of. But there's much more freedom in movement.
Yeah.
First of all, like Juno will kind of climb up a little bit.
Yeah.
So you can see like this like tile height is like 2, and then you can jump up to the
Actually,
third
let me
tile.
show you something, which is something I still need to fix. But look what I can do. Did you see that?
Currently waiting. No way, like Twitch needs to catch up. You should.
Can I show?
Yeah.
I'm gonna climb this. Yeah, let me see. Yeah. There we go.
Oh.
I know why that happens, and I can fix that, so don't worry. It's kind of funny. That happens because of some coyote timing thing. So let me show in slow motion. The thing I implemented, like when you jump, shortly after you start to jump, you can still dash, but you're already up higher, and that's why you can actually do a jump that you originally couldn't do.
I understand.
Yeah. But
Okay, yeah. But
what is this music?
But yeah, you can
Little
see like
richer,
there's a
wow.
little bit of climbing to it, and Juno can also jump a little bit further. And there's also some other mechanics we want to add. But yeah, if you leave that in, that would be kind of an advanced coyote.
I think it's a little bit too easy, to be honest.
Yeah, it seems like very easy to do.
Yeah, like
And
if you want to figure it out,
you can
it's
already
kind of,
see how it breaks things.
yeah, a lot. So I will fix that definitely.
Because you generally need to watch out for these kind of jumps everywhere, and you couldn't use this new feature that we can.
So it won't have
higher.
jump dash cancel, it will have climbing dash cancels. Oh boy. I don't know what people will figure
You
out.
guys
But
will find something, I'm sure.
I'm sure you will find something. It's probably with combat arts and stuff like that, because I
Yeah,
think we
combat
won't be 100% careful with what happens during combat arts, I think.
And also, what I definitely want to do is when there's going to be kind of a mechanic that replaces the wave teleporter, and I want players to be able to do that while they far jumping.
While they're what?
While they're doing a far jump, so they run off an edge, jump, and
Yeah.
in the air they can do that.
Can do what?
they can like log onto. They can press basically the shoot button and automatically go to the next log on point of the con.
Okay.
It's something I would like to try because I think it feels good. If you can do this move in air, but I want this is a gameplay discussion for another time. That we discuss if that is even something we want to do in general.
Yeah.
I want to try it.
But
because
yeah.
I remember in Sekiro, one of my most fun thing was.
No! He still didn't fix his teleporter. Jesus.
What?
That's it. Yeah, when you teleport to the town map, you fall to the ground.
What
Because the
heck?
teleporter is below the ground. I don't know. Somebody moved it there.
Oh, I know why. Tefri, I told Tefri that his base Z level was -1, and there was still a bug with the teleporter, and he might have raised that, but forgot to raise the teleporter.
Oh, okay.
That might have happened. You can quickly do that if you want, otherwise I would do it.
Oh, you can do that now.
Alright.
But yeah, so what time do we have? We have 10, so I think I will probably end the stream sometime soon.
Now that you say it, it's super late for me.
Yeah.
It's already past my bedtime, chat.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I also don't like. I feel a little bit not too well, so I don't want to stream for too long today. I have to admit. Okay, let me see if I missed questions. So Kovac asks again, how low can you jump down in ProjectTerra? It can be, small like dot if you make stars. How low can you jump? I mean, we can make a test. The thing is, I think you can go 64 levels currently.
Not 16, -16, I think.
Or maybe it was... it could be 16, yeah. Oh, wait. Okay, I'll just make a chasm here. Oh my gosh, the amazing thing though is that you can just have so many height differences.
I made a map for this.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, I don't know where it is, but it's probably somewhere in a test folder. It took like +16 and -16, and I mapped like one big ass map. And the best thing to do when you can't see those tiles is like do Shift W, so you get this overhead view.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah, that helps a lot. Yeah. Damn, there's too many of them.
Yeah, I mean, I just
that's the bottom. I found it. I reached the bottom. I reached rock bottom. So okay.
You can also see the height number.
In
the bottom bar there.
Okay, let me just. Oh, so.
So now there would be the camera would cut off a lot of that north section.
Of the bottom. I mean, yeah, I will probably jump. I think it will cut off at the same level as it was before. It should be at least.
Yeah. But
so you won't see.
You couldn't see Juno anymore.
Yeah, well, a little bit. Yeah, but not much. Yeah. So let's see. So here's how it looks.
Map editor. Yes, it is. Everything.
I just answered that.
Oh, sorry.
Oh no! I'm falling through the ground. Wait, I did not add collisions at the lowest layer.
Yeah, I just wanted. This is something we noticed too. Like the lowest layer actually lets you fall.
I think that I did this intentionally because I think the originally plan was that this one is used to not render graphics like the infinite chasms essentially.
Yeah.
But we can change that. So we can use planes for this instead. For example, might be a better idea.
The death plane.
So yeah, the interesting thing is when you go down, the camera follows indefinitely. So it doesn't get smaller. But if you go up, eventually, gets taller. It's like this effect. And this is mostly just to make sure that the camera doesn't zoom out infinitely. Because then at some point the map will not fit in anymore. Like the map will become too small. And there was like kind of like something about it was an issue. Like I don't remember what it was though exactly.
I mean, essentially, you would cut off more of the north side, right?
Yeah.
To map even wider at north sides of maps,
Mm.
and cut out more to, and it would make maps even wider
Yeah.
in the process.
Okay. I'm back.
Look how fast you can climb, man. Yeah.
We had something that we had in an earlier version was also that when you go down these like one tile thingies, then you would just fall, right?
Yeah, I did this. It's still a case.
No, I mean like when you go down now, just one tile, then you don't slide off anymore. You still do this little jump.
Oh yeah, well, yeah. Because, I don't know, it's like you do the small jump. I can change it in a way that the jump doesn't have like...
I don't mean the up jump, I mean the down jump, right?
Yeah, I know.
I mean the down.
The thing is,
had that
originally this was handled by the physics, but it turned out doing this with the physics is not a good idea, because you need more information and the calculation needs to be more sophisticated for this to feel good. And that's why I had to do it with the player, and the easiest way to make this work is to have like this small jump. I personally think also it looks better that way, because it's like it's more explicit, like you're actually now moving down. If you just slide down, I think it feels like a little bit too... I don't know.
It's Minecraft. Oh no, in Minecraft it was like upwards, right? Like if you just one tile, you don't jump up, you just slide up. And then will Terra have fall damage? Nah.
All damage.
Nah.
Yeah.
They don't do that now.
We might add something where like when you fall down from higher heights and land,
Oh no, it's Minecraft
you
water.
have like a different landing animation and stuff like that. Because right now, no matter how high Juno is, she will always immediately start running again.
Oh yeah.
Have no
Landing lag.
like the animation just sometimes looks awkwardly unfitting, right? As if she just cancels into a run again. She just animation cancels in real life.
Yeah. I mean that's how it was in CrossCode too.
Yeah, I know, but we also didn't want to make too much animations, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, but now we can actually afford to create more animations, just that actor animations will just be very, very long. But maybe that's just something we need to accept. Like, I already have here in the enemy. You can see there's already a few more because there's climbing and there's alternatives for jumping and climbing. And we can just go on adding more and more and more of those. And we got a whole lot of... Damn! Thank you, a bit of Bailey's.
Bailey's.
Thanks, Ro.
Thank you, RD. What?
I'm not sure if Ro is still the right name.
Why thank
so.
me? I didn't do anything.
No, Ro, like a bit of Bailey's. Like.
Where's
Like,
Hannah
Coach says thank you, RD, but I didn't do anything.
No, I didn't.
It was all a bit of.
Oh, Emi Kovac said that. Oh. Anyway. Yeah, thank you very much.
Time for 10 jingles. Yo, that's right. Yo, a bit of Bailey's epic gamer moment. Let's go, dude.
I'm actually back.
I will never be able to do this.
Myself.
No, we heard you.
No, you didn't. I was muted. Anyway, thanks a bit of Baileys for the 10 subscription gifts to people. It's like this, 16 in total already. Wow! But today, how many people are there? 10, man. It's like EU2, UberGeek77, Lion. Is it Enon Star or Lion Star? Codestar Games, Spoopy Soups.
I was like, in my mind, like, it's
Sasha
like,
Lina
it's soup, yo, soup.
Yo, soup.
Poppin'.
I'm at soup.
Vicarious and Blue Willow Tree.
Yo,
Thanks
Emmy
again,
is
10
lucky.
times.
She got last one too, right? Like a random gifted thing. Hello.
Hey, we can actually now have a waving Uno in the game. Why did we not add a waving Uno to the game? Look at this. It's a waving Uno.
But isn't it way more important to have an exploding Uno?
No.
There was something I wanted to say. But I forgot what she's just waving. Zoomed and waving.
Okay, here's a shocked Uno.
Oh, that's cute.
She's cleaning the screen from
Here. Oh my gosh! I'm in the game twice. What is this? Actually, that's like one of the things I really like about ProjectTerra in general is like the game looks great at any zoom level. Because of the way we do like have a mix of near neighbors and anti-aliasing. There is like a very subtle anti-aliasing in the game. But it makes sure...
If you do a screenshot of it, you could see it if you zoom into the
Yeah, where you see it, you notice it very quickly because then color picking doesn't work, which is annoying. But yeah, because of that, like the game looks great no matter how you zoom. And this is so great because that means we can use very subtle zooms and cutscenes and it will look great, I think. That's because in CrossCode you had to be careful about zooming because if you zoom to a weird multiple of, I don't know, if you were zooming to 1.25 or 1.3 or something like that, like all the pixels will have different sizes and it look weird. But we don't have that here.
You often get those like grid movements. Where you see the line getting bigger and then the horizontal line gets bigger and the ninja zoom, right? The ninja zoom is the best.
Yeah, the ninja zoom is one of those examples.
Very slow, very deep zoom.
I mean that one for this one, I thought it was okay if it looks trashy. I mean the whole thing was just trash, honestly.
I mean, but it was on purpose.
Yeah, of course.
Trash on purpose, of course.
Whee! But yeah.
Like the literal trash you could pick up in Bears and Keep.
Oh gosh. Yeah.
There was a certain satisfaction when people assumed that trash could be used for something.
It's just trash though. Why would you assume that?
It's just trash, man.
Okay. So I guess this concludes our stream for today. Maybe we should do a rate as well.
Felix, you need to delay the stream for another few minutes.
Why? Wait, that's how quickly I've covered everything up. Look at this.
Because Felix.
Yeah, why?
It's very important that you do it.
Why? Oh, you have something cute in the audio. Oh, I have to stop. I have to stop immediately. Oh, that because of that. Yeah, okay. That one I can accept. Don't.
But anyway, we can still stop if you want to. I just wanted to at least have played real quick.
Alright guys, I will be already going. It's really late for me. I didn't know it was like, it's probably 9.
9.
Yeah, it's 9.
9.
Yeah.
Until next time.
Behave.
Behave. Stefan, behave. Bye. Oh, he's gone already. Damn.
No.
Okay.
So, when are we going to watch Odd Taxi?
You want tomorrow?
Maybe tomorrow might work.
Tomorrow,
Would be
today,
nice.
tomorrow's
fine.
tomorrow.
Which
Tomorrow's
episode did you
tomorrow.
watch to again?
I watched the first 3.
I have also watched the 4th one already.
I can watch the 4th one today, and then we can continue tomorrow.
That, yeah, that's good.
Hmm.
So you watched that episode already, Felix? How
Yeah,
did
I
you
did.
like
Well, yeah, that was frustrating for that guy, I guess, but
it? Yes, yes.
I know.
I was like, man, dude, please stop. It's time to stop.
Yeah, pretty much. Physics. Physics, why are you like this?
Get done.
Beep, 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 behave.
Oh, by the way, Felix,
Yeah?
you still need to finally read Oshinoko. It's so good. It's so fucking
Yeah, I have to, I know.
good. It's so good. And also Kaguya-sama is also good. Still.
Yeah, I think I'm still more up to date with that one.
Mhm.
Okay, so I think this concludes our stream, so thanks everybody for watching.
Dang.
Also thanks to a bit of Baileys, not only for the gifted subscriptions, but also for saying that it looks really good. Thank you very much. What did Kovac post? Oh, the 999. Yes, he had version 9999, everything.
Oh, right.
Let me see if I missed any questions. For some reason, Kovac has been the only person asking questions since 10 o'clock.
What about a super bouncy zooming, you know? What do you mean with bouncy zooming? Like zooming in, out, in, out, in, out? Do you mean having bouncy bits?
So what?
We got a question by L2022.
Yeah.
What about a super bouncy zooming, And I don't mean what they exactly mean, like a bouncy zoom, like in and out, or a with bouncy bits, or like bouncing a lot.
Bits.
I don't know.
When was this question?
The one that was like when you were event testing, or you mean when I tested the bounciness of characters with more than bounce factor 1 or something?
Oh damn, this thing.
That was great, yeah. But that doesn't have much to do with animation. I can just do that with certain event steps.
Oh no.
If I want to, at least I could do that.
Okay. So okay. But yeah, let's look for a stream to rate.
Damn it.
We're not ready yet, Hannah. Stop.
Damn it.
Stop.
Ah, stop.
Okay. Okay, let's pro. Stream. No. Stop. I don't want to listen to myself. Ugh. Okay.
To myself.
I forgot to actually change the category because then there's now a better category for game dev.
And you still haven't changed that we work on crosscode, and that is not every week, Felix.
Yes, I know. Lazy game dev. Okay, so is there any streams in here? Game dev. I know. So charity from the Prime Gen. I don't know.
Tree?
That one has a lot of views. Is there anything interesting here?
No. I see a woman in underwear. That
Yeah.
looks very interesting.
Is that game development? I guess.
Sure it is.
It's AAA game development.
Yes.
Oh man, is somebody actually creating a game in C and Lisp here? Wow.
Oh man.
That must be fun.
Is Lisp actually still actively used a lot? Wait a second.
It will probably be used somewhere. Haha, game dev. Does somebody know someone we can stream? Is Amino playing something? I think he might be streaming. Yeah, he's currently streaming. Playing something? I think he might be streaming. Oh no, I think he's hosting me.
We could rate the RPG fandom Twitch.
What is that one?
You know, RPGfan.com, that one RPG review site. They are streaming SMT2 right now.
Oh yeah, it's somebody playing crosscode. That's always something we can do.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Let's find out what I was doing last time. So here's like the Goblin King playing. So we have a couple people playing crosscode. People still play this game. It's also like crosscode Demorant. I don't know, maybe somebody can explain me this thing, like this Twitter channel. I don't know. I can share this here, but essentially it's like about crosscode in some guy that I don't know, and he's kind of like mixing the two things and all kind of memes, and it's weird. And now he's streaming. He has an Instagram, which was fascinating, but I think it's closed. No, it's still here. That's like wow, he did something with, he showed something with ProjectTerra. Okay, interesting. He might be watching. Oh no. I don't know. Like, look at this and make your own impression.
I don't know. I have no idea what any of this means.
Here, it's kind of like this. I don't know. So yeah, but that's the thing there is now. Okay,
maybe it's just
number of times crosscode devs noticed 3. Now it's 4.
Oh no. No, yes. Okay, anyway, let's just go to this channel here. Let's add photo I'm doing. Okay. Well, let's see if that person has a good time. It's not like, man, this game sucks, I hate it, and then maybe not. Let's watch this commercial together, everyone. You cannot skip commercials in Twitch, I hate it.
No.
It's not a feature that's supported. Utenko asks, is it possible to get by contribute to your game engine based on impact? Well, not really, unfortunately. At some point we might do something where we release stuff of the game engine, but currently it's still pretty much all closed sourced, I think.
You know how the track works, no reward without trials. Sure, Seeker, like you will do just fine, so let me explain.
Alright, seems to just be playing crosscode. Let's go in here, I guess.
Okay, you'll need to put some ice in there quickly. First you use a bubble generator for that.
Okay, so Goblin King. What? It's a VTuber, yes. We got a subscription from Nerd Who Watches Football. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Also, thanks for the nice cocoa. Okay,
Hi.
Goblin Ball. Oh no.
I don't know. Hello. Just hello. We don't need a raid text, or do we?
Hey, balls.
We can say hi.
Hi, Ball. I mean, just hi, exclamation mark. That's enough, I think.
And the Leah emote if you have it.
Yes.
Alright,
Okay,
get ready
anyway.
everyone, we're doing the raid. So, and since we're believing in that, after that, so thanks everybody for watching. Hope to see you again sometime soon in the future. So, until then, bye bye, happy raiding.
Doing the brewing quest, yay, goodbye. Let's see how he...
Hmm.
Let's see.
Oh wait, they're bouncing around and messing myself up.
Now
Yeah, we're good, fine.
we distracting him and
Well, that's quite the rate. Let me pause this. Hello. Oh, made myself big there for a second. Welcome, Radical Fish Games. I sadly have not heard of you before, but thank you very much for the raid. I imagine that y'all were playing some crosscode. Let's call it deductive reasoning. We'll give you a shout out. Thank you very much, of course. Oh, Radical Fish Games. I really should have read the developer title. Hi. Holy shit. Well, thank you very much. The layout emotes definitely make sense now.
I've never heard of you. Who are you?
We can actually
Witzig.
this.
Oh, good.
This? Okay. So, welcome. Thank you all for coming by. Very generous raid, to say the least.
Natürlich auch gerade eine sehr kognitive
Your game is
Quest.
amazing,
Yeah,
by the
absolute.
way. I keep raving on about it, and I've been playing it every single week. It's actually
Wird der
overtaken
permanent
something
von
other
deiner
games
Hand
I've
gestreichelt?
played beforehand,
Ja.
Wow, nice.
to the point where I actually cannot help myself. I find myself.
Das war witzig
What's
heute.
happening?